Welcome. So, I'm no stranger to Tarte's Holiday Blush palettes. I bought the last 3 holiday palettes with missing the very first one, and no surprise that I'm going to buy the one for 2017. That being said, I went on ahead and bought it. I bought it, and this is the Blush Bazaar holiday palette for 2017, exclusively at Sephora. It's also currently on Tarte.com's website, but that one tends to sell out, to me, I feel like, a little bit faster than Sephora's. But this product is going to retail you. This product is going to cost you, if you're interested, $44. The retail value is $150. Pretty Moroccan themed packaging this year. Usually they have a hashtag to what their collection is called, and this year is hashtag TARTEDELIGHT. So this is what it looks like. It's cruelty free, and it states that this product is good for a whole 12 months. So let's go ahead and open it up and let me show you what it looks like. It is a disc that is similar to the one that they had last year for 2016. So this is what it looks like. Pretty hot pink packaging, up my alley. This is the one from last year, so they're very similar. The same amount of product in both of them. This one has they both have 2.4 grams of product in each pan, and you have 10 pans in here, so that equals 24 grams total, which is equivalent to 4, and a little bit over 4 of the regular line blushes. So these are going to cost you $28, and do the math, 28 times 4 is way more than $44. So in that sense, this is a very good deal, and it's a really good deal if you didn't get the one last year and you want to get this one this year. I will do a video comparing the two palettes, the one from last year and the one from this year, to see if it's something that you really need both for, or if you didn't get last year's, if you really need to get this year's. I at first was not going to get this year's because I have a lot of blushes, and I'm just at the point in my life that I want to do a lot of panning and getting rid of stuff and using stuff up. And so I really originally wasn't going to get this palette. Decided on at the last minute, after seeing pictures on Tarte's website, I was enticed very quickly. Like, my mind changed so quickly. The pictures online look a little deeper than the colors that are in the actual palette. And speaking of, let me show you those colors. So again, you get a palette that has 2 highlights, 1 on each side, and 4 blushes. This palette seems and comes across as a little warmer on both ends than last year's. Again, it still has the plastic insert that is in the middle that protects the colors from mixing with each other, which last year I saw a lot of people take that out. I don't recommend that at all. I recommend keeping it in because it does get dusty. When I do my comparison video, you'll see, or maybe you'll see some of the powder kick up from the last palette, and why I'm recommending that you keep it in there. But again, this is what it looks like. This side, the highlight is right here, and it's a gold highlight, so it's a little more golder than the one that was in the palette last year. And then this is the highlight on this side, which is a little more, has a bit more of a purple iridescentness to it, and it's a little more intense than last year's. But this is what she is looking like. And I think I touched on, oh well, I did want to mention that it does have a slight cinnamon scent. A lot of Tarte's palettes have been having the vanilla extract in it. This doesn't have that. It has more of a cinnamon smell. Very faint. You practically have to have your nose all the way up on the product to smell it, and you definitely do not smell it when you're applying it to your face. The pigmentation is some of them are buildable, and then some of them are intense upon initial application. So just kind of go in with these blushes with a light hand. It's more of a soft formula, whereas the blushes in the regular line a little more hard hand, or at least the ones that I have, because some of mine I've had for a couple of years. I like that because it gives me the opportunity to build it up without it being super intense initially, and some of these provide that intensity off bat where you have to tone it down and work with it for a little bit. Lasting power, I think Tarte has the 12-hour claim. I don't think these last 12 hours, but I have really super oily skin to where I just eat a blush. I tested it today at work. It's not this color, I had a different color on. And I would say it does last the 8-hour working shift, which is perfect. Most people just wear their makeup for 8 hours anyways, 8 to 9 hours. So I would give it that. It lasted. The intensity died down just a little bit, but again, I have oily skin, so if you have dry skin or normal skin, you're probably good. Golden. Again, this is exclusively at Sephora, but at the moment it is also being sold on Tarte.com's website, along with their other selection of blushes that they are providing for this holiday. One more thing, like the palettes before, last year, the year before that, it is made in China. It doesn't state that on the website. I tried to find it. It did. Tarte did have it for the big blush book number 3. It did have it in its description that was made in China. This one did not, so I was a little bit excited that it might not have been made there, but then when I got it, it is made in China. So that's just a disclaimer for those who are a little leery on products made there. Typically, you know, there's no regulations and they test on animals, even though this company is cruelty free. I don't really know the logistics of that, so take that upon yourself to research it if it is of interest to you. Okay, enough jabbering. I got the palette. I was enticed. I'm going to maybe I'm gonna do some swatches, not like I did last year. And then if you want to see any of my videos that I did of the previous palettes, check them out. I do think that I'm going to do a comparison video. I don't know if I mentioned that before because I've been taping this a couple of times. Excuse me. Sorry, my mouth gets really dry when I start videotaping, especially when I have to start the video over a couple of times. I did want to also mention that this is my blush brush, and this is a Tarte brush, and it fits in the pan perfectly along with some other brushes that I've used, so you won't have no overlapping unless you have a really huge brush. But so I'm going to do this side first. I'm going to start with the highlighter. I'm going to go clockwise on my end. I hope it's reciprocating that in the video. But let's see. This is the highlight and it's called Whimsical. And that is what she looks like. And this blush is called Angelic, which these blushes are they're soft And because I have more pigmentation in my skin, I'm going to try to do a heavier swatch. This blush right here is called Fortunate. That is light peachy color. Ooh, that swatch was like down my arm. Trying to do a heavy enough swatch so you can see it, but I think you can see that. This blush right here is called Skillful. Skillful. And it's like a rosy pinky color. And then the last blush, which is the more bright one, but it's, to me, you know, kind of blue based. So that one, so that is the colors of this side of the palette, which is the sword. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the other side, which has more richer toned blushes. And then I forgot to mention, on this side there are no shimmery blushes except for the highlighter. So all of these are kind of satin mattes. They're really soft. I would say satin matte. On this side, these three are satin mattes. This one does have a hint of shimmer. It's not really intense, but it is there. And then of course this is the highlight. So I'm going to go from this shimmery one clockwise down to the highlighter, around and back. So this top one is called Extraordinary, and that is what it looks like on my finger. It does have some like a sheen. And this next one is the highlight. It's called Worthy. And it's kind of like, it's kind of pearly purple-ish. This next one is called Authentic, which is this one. And that is what it looks like. And that one, oh, I gotta do a little bit more. It's kind of your cool paste mauve one with a little hint of red. This next one is called Endless, and this one in the picture online looked more richer, but this is what it is looking like. And it's got a little bit more red in it. So that's what that one looks like. And the last one in the bunch is called Dainty. And that's what Dainty looks like. And that's what Dainty. Alright, so that's this side. Awkward swatches. I don't know if I can get them all together. The struggle is real. Anyways. that is the swatches of this holiday palette. Do I recommend? So, if you are a makeup artist, I recommend. You're getting bang for your buck. You're getting variety. You're getting a deal. Yes. If you didn't get the palette last year and you was interested last year, yes, get it. If you are a makeup fanatic, collector, gun-ho love Tarte, can't tell you otherwise, get it. If you are minimalist and you got last year's, don't get it. Well, if you got last year's and you love it, don't get it. If you got last year's and you're like, yeah, and you just didn't return it, get it. So that being said, there's more get it's than not get it's, but I like it. Honestly, I do. And if I had to choose between last year's and this year's, I honestly would choose this year's. It's a little bit more warm toned, and I feel like there are more colors that I can work with versus last year. I don't dislike last year's, but after I played around with it throughout the year, like when you get that initial shock of buying it and doing the video, you are kind of like hyped up about it. I was hyped about it. I liked it. But after I played around with it for a whole year, it had more cool tones than I would have liked for my skin tone. I'm very warm. So this being more warm, a more warm variety, it fits with me better. It may be, you know, a couple that I may not touch at all, like that. This highlight probably won't suit me the best, and I love this highlight on this side, so this one will probably get worn more. Same thing with the other palette. It was one highlighter warmer than the other, and of course I picked the warm one. The bright pink, I'm pretty sure it can be wearable and sheared out, but anyways, I like this palette. I think the picture was just a little deceptive online because it looked like it was more of a rusty color in there that I was like, oh, I'm like into that rust kind of color. I was drawn to that, so a little deceptive, but I do recommend this, especially if you have your eye on it. I always get these early because they sell out, and after that first initial sellout in 2013, taking it way back, I said I wasn't going to do that. But anyways, that's just my thoughts, reviews, information on this blush palette. And this is my wish list item. I think this was like wish list number 5. So it's number 5, but this is video number 2. So I will see you guys in the next video, and it's not Christmas yet, but these are Christmas beauty products, and it is what it is, and peace.